Hey, how you doing? This is Tony from Six String Corner. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're going to cover 3 guitar habits that are slowing your progress. So, if you've been playing guitar for a while, well, you feel like you should be better than you are, or you should be progressing better than you'd like to think you are. This live demonstration here is for you. So, I am a guitar teacher here on Six String Corner. So you're watching this on YouTube. And of course, there's a million other videos that I've got on here. Well, maybe not a million, but I got a bunch of them. So go ahead and check those out as you find fit. And but I'm going to show you 3 very common habits that I see quite a bit in my teaching experience. And also these are that I've experienced myself. So nothing that I'm showing you is something that I haven't gone through already. So, but I do see it with my students, and it's pretty common. It's pretty normal. There's nothing wrong. So if you are feeling like I'm not making my progress, I'm doing things really bad, don't worry about it. We got a fix for you. I'm going to help you out here. And I do teach private lessons too, as well. So I don't think it's in the link yet, but I'll have it in the link on YouTube for after this and through the replay. If you do want to get into one-on-one, and I can show you basically how to go through some of the things I'm going to talk to you about here. I'm going to cover this kind of quick. We're going to just take about a half hour, get through. Oh yeah, I got to check my clock. About a half hour. I have my notes. They're right here. So if you see me looking down, I'm looking at my notes. I actually took time to make this work out really good. So anyway, this thing isn't about talent. It's not going to be about theory. This isn't going to be about quick, fast scales and all those types of things. I certainly can show you that stuff, but we're not going to do that today. Today, we're going to get back to the basics. But this is something that I think pretty much everybody can have some use of, because I know for me, I still have to check myself when I'm doing stuff like this. So anyway, I've got, we're going to go along with, oh gosh, I'm going to get fancy here. All right. So I'm going to go back and forth. I got some slides here. So 3 guitar habits that are slowing your progress. So what are they? All right. So, so do you feel like you should be better by now? We all feel, if you're a guitar player, if you're a musician, you should be answering yes. Right? We always want to be better. All right. And that's kind of what this is here. I mean, I'm always looking to be better, and I've been playing for over 4 decades right now. And I know I'm giving away my age, but I've been playing a while, and I still have to think about these things. So, you practice regularly, you know some songs, but your progress just feels slow and random. Well, the thing is it's not necessarily what you practice. It's more about how you practice. I learned this one actually a long time ago. And I used to read a lot of guitar player magazines and, read about all these professional artists and stuff. And they used to talk about those types of things about, we can teach you all the scales and all the crazy exercises and the crazy chords and all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, it's not necessarily what you practice. It's how are you going about your routine? Now, most of you who are probably watching this, I'm thinking, and I'm guessing, are probably got jobs, or you got families, you got responsibilities, you got a lot of stuff in life that you're covering. I do too. I mean, this is my living, but I still have those things too. So, but there's always ways you can get something in. It's, many of you are probably not looking to become a rock star. You just want to play guitar for your friends or for yourself or for your family, or just do want to learn guitar. It's just something on your bucket list. So we're going to cover 3 different habits. Okay. Now this first one is really, really interesting. And it's going to sound weird when I say it at first, but the first habit is we're playing full songs instead of isolating weak spots. We're going to spend probably most of our time on this one because I see this a lot. And I see it a lot of myself. And remember, I'm telling you, I have to self-correct through this as well. So here's what we do. I'm going to give you kind of a scenario. What we learn a song, or we want to learn this song, right? And I got a couple of ideas, a couple of songs I'm going to show you. So I'm going to say, all right, this is Boulevard of Broken Dreams, and I'm going to play. All right, right? I'm going to play this song. It just goes back and forth. But I haven't learned this song yet. And we want to tend to just blaze right through it, right? We just want to blaze right through, and we want to, if we made a little mistake here and there, I'll probably come back to it. But we skip those difficult sections. We just pass them by. And so, we feel busy and we don't improve. So, why does this slow progress? Well, the main thing is right here. Instead of isolating, we're not isolating the weak spots. All right. We're playing the full songs. We're not isolating the weak spots. And this is true for even if you've been playing for decades and you're learning some crazy solo, right? There's going to be a weak spot, there's just going to be. Like I'm learning for a student, No More Tears, the solo that Zach Wilde did. There's some challenging stuff in there, but I tend to want to, I'm just going to play through it and I'm going to sound really good at it. Right. But there's parts in there that need work. And so I have to break it down and isolate those sections because of course I got to teach it too. So that's the other thing. I got to get it right. No pressure. So that's what we're after. So what we're not doing is we're not isolating the weak spots. This is all about how we practice. So we want to learn, and this isn't necessarily even just with songs. I know I said songs, but this could be a scale that you're trying to figure out, or you might be just trying to figure out a couple of chords. I'm just trying to go from this chord to that chord. And we don't want to blaze right through it. What we want to do is we want to fix it. So we're going to talk about the fix. Okay. So I'm going to give you two songs that I'm doing here. One's a strumming song, Boulevard of Broken Dreams, and the other one is going to be a lead guitar thing. And I'll show you that one in just a second too. This is going to hopefully, I think, cover everybody in some form or fashion. So the first thing we want to do is we want to identify a short problem section. Okay. So let me go back to the Boulevard of Broken Dreams. I'm going to do the strumming one first. So let's say we're just learning, we got these chords figured out, and I'm just trying to figure this song, and I'm going, right, we're going back and forth. But what's actually happening is this. Right? So we might have a couple of chords figured out, right? And maybe we got this one, E minor to G, we're doing good, right? Let's give an example. Well, let's say this one we're having trouble. We're going from D, right? We're having chords that aren't sounding right. We just tend to want to blaze through it. But here's what you do, right? Simple. Like I said, we're going to identify a short problem section. Well, that one problem section might just be, and we want to get this D to A figured out, right? We want to get this thing down. And so if it sounds really bad at first, we can't get that transition. Damn, I think my name is covering up. We're trying to get that transition done right, and we can't. We focus on that. Just work on that chord change. But then what you do, eventually you're going to be able to get it once you isolate it. So you isolate the problem, and then you expand from there. Okay. Now, on my slide here, I've got a couple of things here, tools you can use. So we have Audacity, GarageBand, or a couple of, they're free. If you got a Mac, you got GarageBand, probably, most likely you do. And if you got something other than that, Audacity is a great free ware. Now, I was testing this out. I couldn't get it to share here, but just trust me, Audacity is a great program. I use that for years. And what you can do on those things is you can slow it way down. Now, you can do it on YouTube also. So if you're learning off of YouTube, you can slow things down. That's always the other part of this, is we also want to blaze through and we're not paying attention. Sometimes you've got to slow that song down. Always slow that song down. So when you're identifying, like, for example, that chord change, you're going to slow it down too. If you're playing to the song, like you got the song on, I'm going to slow it down, maybe 75%, maybe 50%. Who cares if it sounds weird? Your goal is to get the technique. You want to get it to sound just right. Okay. Also on some of the software, which YouTube doesn't do, at least I haven't figured it out. If it does, I don't know where it is, but you can also loop it. So let's just say we put that song on, we're playing the MP3 and we just want to get this part. And there's a way to do that. And maybe I should do another live lesson on just how to work with these Audacity and GarageBand. And you can just loop it and just go over and over and over and over and over and over just that. It's a great tool to use if you want to have some assistance, or you can just work on your own too as well. All right, so you just loop it for a few minutes. Now here's another thing that we would do with a guitar solo. All right, so let's just say I'm going to use, and this is one of my favorite solos to ever play, is Santana's Europa. If you haven't heard it, you should. All right, so let's say we're learning that solo. But let's just say the second part of that. So this is the first part. Okay, we got that one. But we can't get this one. Where's that note? There it is. Right, we're trying to figure that note out. And so what you do, don't just play off the whole thing. What you want to do is stop. Don't even work on the first part. You already know that. All right. Don't worry about that one. Go to the next one. Go to the one you're having trouble. Slow the recording down. All these ideas that I'm talking about, you want to slow the recording down. You want to slow it all down, loop it a little bit, and just work on just that part of the solo. Just that part until you get it down. Then when you get it, expand yourself outward. Then you can probably play. And you play that whole section, and then you're going to move on. You're going to probably hit another section that's going to be some trouble. There's going to be a part in there. It's like, oh man, how do I do this? And you do the exact same thing. You find that one spot. Now, can I tell you exactly what that spot is? No, there's no definite, like it must be 2 bars or it must be 4 bars. I threw 2 to 4 bars there. It's usually about the amount. When I say a bar, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4. Or it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. However that song is grouped, it's maybe 1 or 2 bars. It could be more. It just might be something small. So that's kind of a number you can kind of write in sand a little bit as far as how to do that. So, but always slow it down. First, isolate and slow down. Same. I'd put those two the same, exact same thing. Isolate it and slow it down if you got the recording. And then when you're done with the recording, you're still going to work on it, slowed it down. Do not go to that speed of the song until you get it down. Then move up. I know there's that temptation, boy. I tell you, we just want to move. I want to get to that next part. I want to get to the next part. Well, that's not what you need to do. You need to get it right. Okay. Otherwise it's going to sound like a hot mess, and you don't want to sound like a hot mess. So, that's, like I said, for a solo, you're just strumming chords, it could be a 4-chord song. Like I just played with Boulevard of Broken Dream. Right. Get it down, get those 4 chords down slowly, and then work your way up. Okay. So that is the first habit. I think that's the biggest one on when you're practicing. This whole thing here, this first one is practicing too long and instead of playing full songs instead of isolating weak spots. And I'm moving my notes. Okay, so habit 2. This is going to sound weird, but it might be that you're practicing too long. What? Yeah. You might be practicing too long instead of practicing consistently. This is actually which the better way to reterm this is quality over quantity. I get asked this a lot. How long should I practice? Right? I get it a lot. I used to ask that too when I was learning. Like, how long should I practice? How long should I go for? As long as you need, as long as you need to get it right. I would rather you spend 10 minutes with quality time doing habit 1. We're going to slow it down. We're going to practice it slow. We're going to isolate these spots. Spend just a little bit of time on that than just blazing through. And then, or just practicing your scales for 8 hours a day. Okay. We need to practice consistently. Okay. So I know we're all busy. Everybody's busy. Everybody's busy. Everybody's busy. I don't care if you want to be a rock star or you, like I said, you just want to strum a few chords on the porch. Okay. here's some ideas. Now, when I say on this slide here, practice 10 to 20 minutes, that's not a hard rule. It's not what you do. It's not how long you practice. It's what you do with the time that you have. Okay. So if you have 5 minutes, right? You got a busy day, you got meetings, you got all kinds of stuff. Just, you can grab the guitar, just do a few scales or play one song and put it down and get on with your day. Okay. The worst thing you can do is just put it down, because then you regret it later. It's like, man, I just suck. I can't get good. I can't get good. Why can't I get good? This is probably why, is you're not putting quality time. You're just sort of blazing through. Okay. So set one clear goal per practice session. If I got 5 minutes, let me practice a scale. Now there's other days you may have a half hour, right? Okay. Maybe there's a song you're trying to work on. You're trying to get it done. Well, I'm going to spend a half hour. Then there's going to be another day is like, I'll be lucky if I get 3 minutes in. Just pick it up, just a couple of things and you're done. All right. I put same time of day if possible. Yeah, sometimes setting a routine during the course of a day can be helpful. I know this is kind of difficult because of our schedules. We've all got kind of weird schedules, but if we can try to do that, that would be really, really good. I think that would be awesome to try and get it close. Maybe not the time, but maybe like the evening, right? Just say, okay, it's gonna be the evening. I'm going to do this in the evening after dinner, or maybe before dinner, right? Maybe before I go to bed, or it could be when I wake up. Oh, I'm feeling energetic. I want to jam. Okay. Here's another thing too. This is part of the same idea here is we want to do warm-ups. Okay. And that could be the only thing you do. Maybe that is the only thing. You see this list here? This is for a sampled 30-minute practice. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to practice 30 minutes. You might be. If you're practicing 10 minutes, divide everything by 2. You do a warm-up, and then you do 5 minutes, just focus practice. And then maybe just have a little fun at the end. Maybe you've already got one song and you got it down, or you got it done. Just practice something fun or play something fun, or just mess around. Like I did that all the time. I would just mess around, just making stuff up, So it's kind of like, that's what you can do. Just make it fun, make it enjoyable, but still try to learn something and still try to get something out of it. That's really, really, really what you're after. Okay. So focus practice, play something fun, but you warm up beforehand. Okay. Even if it's a small warm up, do a little bit, because a lot of us don't do that. I don't always do that. So I'm telling myself, what I'm telling you, I'm telling me, is we want to be able to warm up those fingers. It's very simple. One very simple thing could be what I call the chromatic scale. It's one of the first things I teach students. Right? It's just one note after the other, one finger up and down. Right? And just simple exercise that I give all the beginner students. And if you're more advanced, do something like I learned from John Petrucci. Right? Do that to a metronome. Right? So you can do stuff. It's that chromatic scale. You can still do it. I love it. That's really good. So anyway, warm up, have some focused practice, and then just play something for fun. And this is a small, like I said, this is a 20-minute, I say 30, this is a 20-minute routine. If it's only 10 minutes you got, then do 2.5 minutes warm up, 5 minutes focused practice, 2.5 minutes of something fun. Just mess around with notes, mess around with chords, learn a song or play a song. Okay. So anyway, that's the second one. Now we got a third habit. This one, is probably the least of the 3 that I would talk about, but we need to have ourselves learn the fretboard. We just want to play, sometimes we just want to, does it sound good? And we're developing our ear, right? We're playing we're playing these, but we don't know what the names of those chords are, right? Or we might be playing a note. Right? We don't know any of those notes. So that's called being illiterate on a guitar. I hate to be blunt, but it's kind of like if you're reading and I can hear your words and I can understand, we can have a conversation, but I can't read the word. So it's kind of about learning how the notes are played. Okay. And I'm not going to spend a tremendous amount of time on this, So you don't need to memorize the whole neck. You just don't. You don't need to memorize the whole neck. We tend to want to, I'm going to just write everything down. I'm just going to learn them all like this. You're going to use landmarks and patterns. Landmarks and patterns, which is mostly these dots, or in my case, I have birds, right? And so these are usually on the 3rd, the 5th, the 7th, and the 9th fret. And then you got double dots up here. Might have them on here, the 12th fret, and then it starts all over again. So I use those for markers. Okay. So the reason you want to get to know those notes is later, maybe it's later, or maybe you've already been doing it and you don't know what you're doing. Like when you're learning a scale, for example, right? And you're going to learn, right? We're going to learn the major scale. Well, the good thing about guitar, right, is they're patterns, and those patterns are movable. So if you learn one, let's say I learned the A minor. Play that over here. Like that, this, I got to know where my root note is, and that's telling me this is, like, for example, a B. That's a B note. This is an A note. So I'm again, we can have another lesson on that, but my point is that if you're learning scales, you don't have to learn them all. You can just learn five or six basic patterns and then move them all around the fretboard. It's the same thing, bar chords. Any of you guys have been learning bar chord in major. It's the same shape that moves around, right? Well, that lowest note in this particular chord is what names the chord, right? Like, for example, that's a G. I know that that's a G. Now, if I didn't know that was a G, I'd be playing with it. Know what that is, right? And this is what it is, a B flat. How do I know that? It's a B flat right here. And it's all the bar chords, right? So you want to be able to learn that and you need a system, right? There's actually a system that I have. It's called the Note Finder. I got the link down section below, so you can go ahead and pick that up. It's free. Just go ahead and grab it. It's a PDF. I got a 7-step system that'll help you with that. So just go ahead and grab that Note Finder, and it'll take you right through it. You don't have to do it all in one sitting. Just use it, as you deem fit for you. Okay. So go ahead and grab that down below, Note Finder, but that'll help you memorize the fretboard, or learn the fretboard, not memorize. Ooh, I almost said the wrong thing. So let the octaves and the dot markers do the work. You'll see that in the Note Finder when I'm talking about that. So like I said, that tells you it's going to be a quick thing here. So just to recap, the big one, the main one, the primary one is isolate the weak spots. Slow it down, just look at a certain section and play that, okay? And work on that part. Get it to sound right. Don't just play through the whole song and just kind of skip it, or it'll be okay, right? Or I don't got time for it. No, take some time and just spend your future you will be thankful you did that, because it's going to sound really great later when you start playing that song or that riff or the lead, whatever it is. Okay. You can practice shorter. You can practice. Now I say shorter. Now remember, I want to give a caveat here. This isn't like, I'm not saying if you want to practice an hour, 2 hours, you got time for it, go ahead and do it, but make sure it's quality time. Don't just go through the motions. Make sure it's quality time. So if you're going to practice 2 hours, some of you might have that time. Make it count. All right. Make all those scales or whatever it is that you're learning count. All right. And make it quality. Okay. But most of you probably are going to have days when you only got 5 minutes and you only got 10 minutes. Okay. And if you're practicing shorter, make it quality and just do it more often. In other words, if you only got 5 minutes, take 5 minutes a day. All right. And then that one day you're going to have 30, or there's going to be a day you're going to have 20, or you're going to have even an hour or whatever, and make some time with that too, to make whatever that song or the solo or whatever it is that you're learning sound really, really good. All right. And I told you about the Note Finder, but use systems instead of memorization. Use like the Note Finder system. Use that. There might be a guitar workout. I got guitar figure gymnastics. I got a bunch of links down below. You can go grab them. But on the guitar figure gymnastics, I have a set of videos in there just going over some basic warm-up skills that you can use. Some of them you may know, some of them you may not. Again, that's free. Grab that down in the link below. So it's just really small changes you're making, but it's going to make for faster progress. And don't we want that? We want to sound good. We don't want to suck. All right. I don't want to suck when I play. So hopefully that'll help out for you. So anyway, thanks for hanging out. Those of you who are on live, and most of you are probably watching this after today. I got more live guitar lessons coming. And if you can get on board with one of those links and you're not on board already, I'll keep you up to date for the next lesson. Probably do this every couple of weeks, maybe every week. Whatever you guys need, I'll be here to help you out. I don't want to overwhelm y'all. All right. I know everybody's in a different place. So, yeah. So anyway, so just subscribe to the channel if you haven't, if you're just like passing on by, or follow just to catch the next one. Just have to get, what is that bell that gives you alerts and stuff like that. Yeah. And you can come back and we'll figure out another lesson to give you to help you out, become a better player. You can leave a comment below if there is some ideas. I'm open to ideas. I'm always willing to change. So if you got a comment, leave a comment down below in YouTube here, and then just tell me what you would like me to cover in the next lesson. All right. And I might do it next week, probably 2 weeks. And all right. Other than that, wherever you are on the nation, some of you might be freezing your butts off, or in the world are cold, or some of you are warm. Stay warm, stay cool, and I'll catch you on the next one. So anyway, thanks for showing up. Again, I'm Tony from 6 String Corner, and we'll catch you on the next one. All right. So rock on.